what's up? So today I'm doing a video on college freshman advice. Yes, I'm in a little different background. No, I did not change my room. This is actually our guest room. And I think I'm going to start filming my sit-down videos in here because it's just much easier to do it with my lights and everything. And I have more room in here versus my room where I just don't have as much space or anything. So today I just came up with some advice, some tips for all you starting college, because if I could do anything to make your life easier for your college freshman year or to put you at ease, then I want to do so. So I know not many people do this video, but I just figured it'd be fun and helpful. Don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and click that notification bell to get notified every time I post a video. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and since I have so many tips, we might as well just get started. I know there's something else I need to disclaim or something, but I honestly forget. So yeah, let me know if you like this, me filming in here, if the lighting's good enough for you. It looks good from here, but we don't know until I edit, but let me know what you guys think. So, first tip that I have for you guys is just be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like anything bad by that, but like be open-minded to meeting new people, even if they don't seem like you're like, and I mean like friendships or anything. Like, even though like if they don't seem like they would be like your type of friend or whatever, like be open-minded. Like, you don't know, like say they like, I don't know, like say this person is like tomboyish, or no, that's a bad example. Say they like football and they like rock music and you like country and you're all about the glitz and glam. Just because they're different than you doesn't mean you guys won't be the best of friends. Or don't let anybody conform your opinions about anybody. Like, be open-minded to meeting new people, or be open-minded to professors. Just go in there with a clean slate, open mind. Don't conform your opinions to anything that people have told you about certain things or how the school is or anything. Like, be open-minded. And I even mean that with like picking out your college in the first place, because honestly, like if you're just conforming to what people say, then you don't know if like you don't, obviously this is going to be ultimately your life and your decision and where you're going to end up for the next 4 years. So obviously don't go saying this is a bad, like, don't go by what other people say about a college. Like my college, a lot of people, you know, give my school a bad rep because they say, oh, it's just easy, everybody goes there, anybody can get in, which is not true. I mean, a lot of people can get in. Anybody, I know like some of the smartest people I went to high school with, you know, like, you know, got scholarships from higher up schools and from our biggest state university, like around my state, got offers of that, and they decided to go to my school. So I guess to sum this all up, don't conform your opinions to what people say when it comes to friendships, the college itself, or professor. Just because somebody else didn't like the professor doesn't mean you're not gonna like the professor. But I mean, also keep in mind, if multiple people are saying if it's a bad professor, then that probably means they're a bad professor. Just pick wisely of what opinions you believe. Okay, my next tip is get involved in campus. You know, and sorry if you see me looking down. I do have notes written down on my phone, so sorry about that. But get involved on campus. Like, make more connections. Don't be afraid to make connections, and don't be afraid to make new friends, etc. You really want to get involved on campus because that's how you meet more people, and that's a great gateway to get you more connections. And what I find in college, the more connections you have, the better chances you get at better opportunities with when you get into your internships or to getting into certain things on campus. The more people you know, the better, because that will just set you up for better success and better like professors knowing you and just making connections. So it's really important to make connections and get involved as much as you can, but also don't overwhelm yourself, because the more connections you have, the better opportunities you get, and then you might get a better internship because you know somebody that's a part of that internship or whatever. My next tip is time management. Please, please, please make good time management skills. Don't wait to do things the last minute, and luckily I never had problem with time management. I managed my time pretty good. But don't wait to do the last minute, like things the last minute, because that's really not going to help you in the long run. And also, like, you're just going to be stressed and stuff. College, it's all about time management. So you can have time for fun and you can have time for studies. You just need to know how to balance that. And what I always liked to do was get my schoolwork done as soon as I get off from school, so I could spend time with my friends or whoever, my friends, or go work out or do whatever I wanted to do that night. And also, I would also do homework on my breaks a lot of the time. And you could still hang out with your friends on your breaks, but just be smart about it and get work done while you're spending time with your friends, because chances are your friend is going to be doing homework too and has homework to do, and you guys could still spend time on your breaks. Just get your work done, because then it's less you have to do after class. Read your syllabus. And I know a lot of people are probably laughing at this, because I feel like a lot of people don't read their syllabuses. At least at my grade, not a lot of people read their syllabus. But I think it's really important to read your syllabus, is because your professor literally has it all written out of what they expect from you, when things are due, what you need, what's required, the rules of the college, and everything else. So it's really important to read your syllabuses, because then that will help you stay on top of things. You'll know when tests are. It's not like you're going to get any pop quizzes in college. You'll know everything from when your tests are, when your homework's due. So if you are a very productive student like I am, and like to work ahead so you don't have any homework on the weekends, because that's what I used to do. My syllabus was basically my Bible in every class, because I would look at it and get that stuff done before the weekend, so I could just spend time with friends and stuff and do whatever on the weekend. I mean, doesn't mean I would always end up like not having any schoolwork to do on the weekends, because there is going to be times where you're going to have to spend a little time to study on the weekends, even when you're proactive, and there are going to be times where you might have a paper that you still have to work on the weekends. But if you can get as much as it done before the weekend, it really helps. So really look at your syllabus, because that will help you in the long run. Don't procrastinate. That goes the same thing that I said earlier. Don't procrastinate, because then you're just going to be stressed and up late, and then you're going to wake up late and not want to go to class, and it's just a whole ordeal. And professors are not going to be lenient about due dates. If you don't have anything done in time, then they're not going to grade it. That's just as simple as that. It's not going to be like in high school where you're going to be like, oh yeah, you could turn it in a couple days. No, they're going to want you to be independent, and they're going to expect you, because you're an adult now, you're in college, you're in the real world, so they expect you to get your work done on time. And they're not going to give you extra time if you like didn't turn it in on time. So my next is also, if you have an IEP learning disability, like you're dyslexic or was part of special ed in high school like I am, if you guys don't know, I am dyslexic, and I do have a written out IEP. Make sure you go to the special ed department and show them your IEP from high school and have a meeting with them, and let them be your best friends, because they will have your best interest. And honestly, like, I can't thank my school enough for having such a good special ed department, because my person, she made sure that I had my rights, and that my professors understood my rights and my written out IEP, and made sure that they followed them. She wrote the letter, and what I would do is I had a meeting with her both semesters, and we talked about what I had in high school, and if I needed anything more or less or whatever, and if I needed anything added in the middle of the semester, she can do so. Or if a professor were to give me trouble, she would call them. I wouldn't have to handle it. And it really helped me, because I would just email it to my professors at the beginning of the semester, say, if you need help, or if you need help understanding or want a meeting, here's this. And none of my professors needed a meeting or anything, but there might be a professor that you might need a meeting to. But if they ever try to give you attitude on it, my person would take care of it. I don't know how it works at all colleges, but at least my person took care of it, and none of my professors had trouble there. All of them were pretty cool about my accommodations and stuff. Next is use breaks between classes wisely, which I already talked on that. Don't use it just to lollygag. Honestly, there were days where I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do work, because there is times where you're just stressed and you just need that time with your friends, and I totally get that. But also use it wisely. Don't always use it to lollygag or, you know, be social hour. Use it to get your schoolwork done, because you'll thank yourself in the long run, and later on that day where I'm like, now I don't have anything to do, I can actually do something fun and for myself. And that freed up my time a lot by doing my stuff on my breaks. It's okay to make new friends, and it's okay not to have the same friends as first semester. That's the thing. You are not like, you are not required to stay friends with the same people you were in high school. Now, I'm not saying drop your friends from high school, because they're great. I still am friends with a lot of my friends in high school that go to my college, or don't even go to college, or don't even go to the same college as me. I still keep in contact with them. But also be open-minded to meet people other than the people you went to high school with. And also, you might not end up with the same friends as you did as first semester, and that's okay. You know, this is college. You're learning about who you are, who you want in your life, what you like, what you don't like, what you need in a friendship, what you don't need in a friendship. And first semester, I really learned that, and I didn't learn it the easy way. I actually learned it the hard way, and I learned that people still stab you in the back even when you are in college, and people are not always as they seem, and people will turn their backs on you and still carry that high school drama with them. And that's no shade to nobody, but that's just the simple truth. Is there's some people that still are in the high school scene and are just not, you know, things happen, people change, people sometimes reveal their true selves after a while, and you learn and you grow from it, and you just choose to be wiser of picking your friends the next time. And that's what I did spring semester, and I ended up with such amazing friends. So it's okay if you don't end up with the same people as your first semester. So next is go to campus activities such as football games, etc. So these were I highly encourage you to go to as many campus activities as you can, because that really helped me make connections and make new friends and find people that are like me and stuff. Like, I joined a Bible study group on campus, and for a little while there I was in the choir, in a choir, but then it just got to be too much, so I decided not to do it spring semester, and I decided to join my pink team on campus, which is Victoria's Secret Pink. Your campus might have it, may or may not. 9 times out of 10 we do. Your campus probably will, because ours got started 4 years ago, and that was a fun time. And also we had like these nights like every couple of months. I'm not going to say the name of them because that maybe give away my school. Well, no, it just says my mascot. Well, my mascot is a penguin, and so they had these things called penguin nights. And so like in October they had a Halloween themed one, and you got to dress up in a Halloween costume. And then like they had a couple ones in the winter time, and and basically it was just games and like different things and stuff. So that was really cool. And so I went to that. I went to every football game pretty much until like late October, and then it got too cold, and I'm a baby when it comes to start being cold, so I stopped going. But then what else did I used to go to? And then like I just went to a lot of events. Like, they had karaoke nights sometimes on campus and stuff, and I went to that, and like just a whole bunch of stuff, and it's really fun. And I encourage you to go to those, because then again you'll meet more people that are like you or more in your interest, and you'll have a grand old time, and like I said, more ways to make connections. Let's see. You'll find out who your true friends are. That's kind of similar to what I said, but you really will find out your true friends are. And yeah, that's why I'm just gonna keep it simple like that. You will find out who your true friends are and who's really for you and who's not. And it's okay if you don't end up staying friends with the same people, and you live and you learn, basically. Next is you may not keep the same friends you had in high school, which I kind of touched on that earlier. I luckily got lucky and am friends with all the same people I was in high school, pretty much. But it's okay if you don't end up staying friends as in high school, because people grow, people change, and that's just a part of life. Make good relationships with your professor. One of those students like in high school that like goofed off and like were disrespectful to the teachers in high school, like people are not gonna put up with that, and college professors won't put up with that, and it's not funny, it's not cute, so don't try that, because you'll most likely end up with a bad grade or get kicked out of class. Not saying that college is an evil thing and this, that, and the other thing, but like, you know, like, just be respectful, make good connections with your professors, be friendly, and introduce them, because the better chances, the more relationship you make with your professors, the better, because then they can refer you to good internships, and you know, you could get good grades in class, and there might be leniency and stuff like that. Not that saying that you'll get leniency, but just make a good connection and impression with your professors, because it'll help you in the long run. Don't skip class or be late. And honestly, I was never really late to class. If I was, it was because a class ran over and all you had to do is explain that to your professors. But most of them have so many students to deal with anyway that they're not keeping track. So honestly, but it's better to not be late, because then they'll respect you more if they do notice. And don't skip class, because you will miss out on a lot. Missing even one day, you will miss out on a lot of things. And it's just, unless you're like on your deathbed or you had a death in a family, but make sure if you do that, email your professor so they know that you still care and that you care to do good, and that you are proactive and on top of things, and that you're willing to do what you need to do to make up your work or whatever, because life does happen and things do come up. But like I said, try not to skip for just because you don't feel like going to class or whatever. Like, if you have to skip, make sure it's like for something serious, like you're on your deathbed, you're in the hospital, somebody died in your family, something like that, or whatever. Turn things on time, like I said earlier. Turn things on time, because they're not going to give you leniency. And I always turn things before the due date. That's always my goal, is to turn things in on the due date, just in case I have tech issues or anything. So really just be proactive on top of things. Have a healthy balance between having fun and studying. Focus on your education. Like I said earlier, have a healthy balance. Don't do all your time just to have fun and whatever. And don't, you know, overwork yourself to the point where you're never going to want to do homework again or do college and you're burnt out. Find that happy medium where you could have fun but still study, and once you have that nailed, I promise you everything is easier. And college is honestly not as hard as high school teachers make it out to be. I mean, yeah, the workload is a little bit more, but I feel like the work is just mostly busy work and it's pretty easy. You just have to be proactive, and finding your healthy balance right away is the best thing, because I still got to enjoy times with my friends and whatnot and have a social life, but also stuff. And there were times where I was overly proactive and did spend too much time studying that I burnt myself out, and I'd be like, okay, I need to step back a little bit, and then I fixed what I needed to fix so I didn't get burnt out. That's that. Don't take on too much, especially when it comes to your first semester. You know, they tried convincing me to do 18 credits, but my first semester I only did 13 credits, and I thank myself because I really got to test out the waters. And when I say don't take on too much, don't take on too much classes, and also don't take on too much of everything at once, like between classes and sports and organizations and clubs. Like, make sure you have that healthy medium and that healthy balance in your life, because obviously you don't have to take 18 credits, okay? If you want to, go for it, but don't kill yourself. I recommend for every freshman to only do like 12, like do full-time, but do like 12, like at my school, full-time is considered 12 credits, which is I think like 4 classes. Because you don't want to overwhelm yourself, and you're not even, some people are not even sure if they want to do what they want to do, and it's okay if you end up changing your major, but don't take on too much at a time, and because you don't want to overwhelm and then say I'm done with college, you know what I mean? Like, you want to ease in. And then what I did was take 1 or 2 more classes more my spring semester, and I keep on adding until I can't take it anymore. So yeah, check your check your email at least 1 to 3 times a day. And emailing is very important because your professors, at least for me, my school, that's how they contacted us. Professors contact you mostly through your email, and it's just important you stay on top of it, because then they'll tell you changes of due dates, changes of tests, and this, that, and the other thing. So it's really important that you check your emails, because that's how you stay updated on your campus stuff and also your classes. I already said this, try your hardest, take it seriously, you know, don't goof off. Like, you are paying a lot of money, and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you slack off, then you're obviously not going to do good in college. But if you work hard and find that healthy balance between fun and studying, then you'll do and succeed. Like, I made the dean list my spring semester, and I'm part of Sigma Alpha Lambda, which is an honors organization, and I'm getting scholarships through that, so that's pretty cool. And hard work really does pay off. Like, spring semester, I balanced my social life perfectly. I made time, so I had free time during the night, but I also got to study and be good on all my tests. So yeah. It's okay to switch your major. I didn't switch my major because I took some of my major classes in my spring semester and I fell in love. But I know a lot of my friends that end up switching their major, but don't be afraid to do that. I mean, like, you are still young. You're going into this new and you're still trying to figure out who you are as a person. And it's okay to switch your major. It doesn't mean you're a failure or anything. Like, it is completely normal to switch your major. I know a ton of people who've switched their major and they're happier than ever because they switched their major, but doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And some of you may be like me, where you like your major, you're happy with it, and that's okay. That's okay to like your major, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, some of you might want to switch, and that's perfectly normal and okay, because a lot of people do that their spring semester, going from fall to spring. And then last but not least, don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to use your campus resources. Like, I know my campus has, they have a math center where you could get help for math. They have a student help center where they help you with anything. There's SI groups where there's little groups for certain classes that you can get extra tutoring in, and there's a group of you and learn. And ask your professors for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Use your resources. I know with my college, all the school resources and tutoring and everything is for free. We get it for free. So usually, especially if it's free, take advantage of it. I promise you won't regret it, because that's really what helped me stay on top of things, get good grades on my tests and homework, and do well in my classes, and communicating with your professors when you don't understand things, because that's how I really became successful, because I used my resources. And if you do that, then it's impossible for you to fail or do bad on your test or whatever, because if you use your resources and everything, then you should be perfectly okay and succeed and be successful, because you're taking the initiative to help, and your professors and everything will love you for that, because it shows that you care, and that will make them be nicer and treat you better also. So anyways, guys, before this gets any longer, because this is like 30 minutes, and I'm hoping I can edit some of this out to where it's not that long and stuff, I'm gonna get going, because yeah, I'm just gonna get going. So anyways, I'm actually meeting one of my college friends tonight. She lives in Cincinnati, and so I'm meeting her for dinner tonight because I haven't seen her all summer, so I'm really excited to see her. I haven't seen her since May. So I'm gonna end it right here before it's too long. I'm sorry that this is another long video. I'm trying to work on making my videos shorter, but hopefully with editing I'll be able to make this shorter. But anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. Hopefully these tips help you. Again, don't be nervous, don't be afraid. It's not as scary as people make it, as high school teachers make it out to be. I promise you, it's a lot easier, I feel like. And people are more accepting and loving, and they don't care about popular versus popular. I made so many friends. Like, people will honestly see you sitting at a table and they'll just come and talk to you and sit and talk to you. Like, they're just so much more welcome in college, and I promise you, if you take these tips, then you will succeed in high school. I mean, not high school, in college, and do amazing in college. But anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and click that notification bell when you're to get notified when I post a video on here on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much.